is the cost, volume, profit analysis. Okay. Under that, we had tried to make a connect between three variables, which is cost, volume, and profit. For that, we had calculated the PV ratio, which was profit volume ratio, one of the elements under the CVP analysis, where the PV ratio is equal to contribution upon sales into 100. And just to quickly revise, how do we derive contribution? It is sales minus the variable cost. This gives you the contribution. If you reduce it by the fixed cost, you get the profit for the firm. Okay, this is what we did. Apart from this, we did the concept of break-even point algebraically or formula-wise. Break-even point is the point of no profit, no loss. Okay, the point at which the firm's total revenue is equal to the total cost. That is the break-even point. Now, formula wise, it was equal to, I'll write it down here. If you are calculating in units, then break-even point will be equal to fixed cost upon the contribution per unit. And if you are calculating it in rupees, then it is fixed cost upon the PV ratio. Okay, so we covered till here. Now graphically you can see what a break-even chart looks like. Though you have done all this in economics also, you can see that sales is given on the y-axis, quantity is on the x-axis. This is the total revenue line. Total revenue line starts from point 0. While the total cost line always start at the fixed cost. Can anyone tell me why? Just looking at the graph, you'll get the answer to it. The total revenue axis is starting at 0, while total cost is starting at a level above 0. Why?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
because
because
there is
ma'am,
certainly a
total
fixed
cost,
cost.
ma'am, it has
Okay,
always the fixed cost added.
one by one. Yes, Aryan, you can answer first.
Ma'am, because ma'am, it is the fixed cost. And that
Very
is
good.
why it doesn't start
Very
from zero.
good. Very good. Yes, Aman, you want to add something?
No, ma'am, Aryan said very well. It's the fixed cost.
Yes, very good. So it is the fixed cost which is incurred even when the quantity produced is zero. That makes the total cost line to start from a value above zero. So even when the sales, you can see at the starting point, even when there is no sales, the quantity is zero, there is a fixed cost incurred by the firm. Okay, now the total cost and total revenue both are upward sloping lines. They are intersecting each other at the break-even point. There you move on the quantity axis, you get the break-even output. Now there is one more concept here which you can see is the margin of safety. Now, what is margin of safety? Margin of safety, you can very well see in the graph itself. It is the difference between full capacity output. That is the actual output the firm is producing minus the break-even output. Another way of comprehending the margin of safety is, I'll just add one page here. Okay, another way of calculating the margin of safety is the difference between actual sales or full capacity sales, full capacity sales minus the break even sales. So literally it is telling you what safety margin are you having, how much above the break even point is your actual sales. That is how much reduction in sales is possible before you can reach your break even sales. तो इतना मार्जिन आपके पास है और इस मार्जिन की वजह से आप एडिशनल प्रॉफिट अर्न कर रहे हो. इफ यू सी यहाँ पर मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी और जो आपका प्रॉफिट का एरिया है, it is equal, okay, in length. Horizontally it is only after reaching the break even point that you start to earn profit, and as the margin of safety increases, the profit is also increasing. So margin of safety is the actual sales minus the break even sales of the firm. I hope this is clear. A couple of other concepts which are related to break-even chart. First is, say you need a desired profit and you need to calculate what sales volume will ensure that desired profit. So sales volume to earn desired profit. DP is desired profit. So that can be calculated in units. You can also calculate the sales value for that. So the break even point in units will be fixed cost plus desired profit. And whenever you calculate some quantity, that is unit form में जब आप calculate कर रहे हो तो denominator में होता है contribution per unit. And same thing when you are calculating in rupees, numerator remains the same, and in denominator now you will have the PV ratio. Okay, so this is one of the applications of the break-even chart. Before we move to further explanation, let us take up some questions from the concept which we have discussed right now. Let's first start with this question. Okay, so you need to simply calculate the break-even point from the data that has been given. Please start calculating. So how much is the break-even point coming in quantity and rupees? Yes, why is it taking so long? Just share the answer. So in quantity, it is coming to 40,000 units. So you have the values to calculate the per unit variable cost and selling price also. So this will be 5 rupees per unit. Per unit. So now you can easily calculate. Now look here also you have two options. First, contribution per unit will be rupees 3. Now to calculate the break-even point, you're given the fixed cost. This is fixed cost upon contribution per unit, and in rupees it is fixed cost upon PV ratio. You can calculate the PV ratio. So contribution upon sales into 100, 60% is your PV ratio. Also, you can simply multiply 40,000 units with the selling price, and you can directly get the break-even point as 2 lakh rupees in rupee terms, in value terms. Okay, so you can take up either of the ways, either this or fixed cost upon PV ratio, and you'll get the break-even point as rupees 2 lakh in value terms. Whatever we are covering will come in the paper. So I request all of you to solve the question side by side, and if there's any doubt, then ask. Let's move to the next question. So this is the information given to you. You are given that the PV ratio of the firm is 40%, sales 16 lakh, and fixed cost is given. You need to calculate the variable cost, profit, contribution, and find out the profit when sale is 24 lakh. These questions which I am taking up right now are from your book, from your textbook. Yes, Vansh, you have a question?
Can you please go back to the
Yes,
last
yes,
slide for
sure.
just a
Just
second?
a second. हाँ जी बेटा बताओ.
Nothing. I just had to reread the question. Nothing else. It's fine, ma'am. Done.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else? If there's any doubt, you can ask. Then let's move to the next question. So take a minute, start solving the question. Then we'll take up the explanation. Yes, the variable cost is coming to 9,60,000, and accordingly the contribution is 6,40,000. Good. The rest of you also solve. Continue solving the other parts. Now PV ratio of 40% means that out of a given sales volume 40% is the variable cost. 100 रुपए की सेल्स पे 40 रुपए वेरिएबल कॉस्ट है, तो 16 लाख की सेल्स पे कितना होगा वेरिएबल कॉस्ट? दैट इज कमिंग राइटली टू 9,60,000. And if variable cost is 40%, then your profit variable cost is 60% and profit is 40%. Okay, so 60 by 100 into 16 lakh करके आपको variable cost मिल गई. 40 by 100, out of every 100 rupees of sales, 60 rupees is the variable cost and 40 rupees is the profit. So 40 by 100 into 16 lakh gives you 6 lakh 40,000 as your contribution. Taking the original formula of PV ratio, which is contribution upon sales into 100, 40% contribution, 60% variable cost on every 100 rupees of sales made, and hence we get the variable cost as 9,60,000, contribution as 6,40,000. Profit will be contribution minus the fixed cost. So profit will be contribution minus fixed cost 6,40,000 minus 1,60,000, which you are getting as 4,80,000. 4,80,000. Okay, class. And last point is find out the profit when sales is 24 lakh. तो अब PV रेशियो आपको दिया हुआ है और आपको 24 लाख की सेल्स दी हुई है. So you can directly use the PV ratio to calculate the amount of contribution, which will be 24 lakh into 40 by 100, और उसमें से आप फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट माइनस कर दोगे तो आपके पास प्रॉफिट आ जाएगा 8 लाख रुपीस. यस, सो 8 लाख इज द करेक्ट आंसर. सेल्स वैल्यू जब 24 लाख है तो आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन हो जाएगा 24 लाख इंटू 40 बाय 100, which will be 9,60,000. उसमें से फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट माइनस कर लो, आपके पास प्रॉफिट आ जाएगा 8 लाख रुपीस. So this is another type of question that can come from this concept. Okay, so I think most of you are able to solve. You have got 8 lakh as the profit. Just complete, and then so that we can move to the next question. What I'll do is by that time, the rest of you, ones who have solved, can start with the next question. Others should complete this question and then move to the next question. So class, this question has come in your 2017 main exam, BBE final exam 2017, and this question I think was for around 5 marks. Has anyone been able to solve? In this question, there is one term which is used, which is a trade discount. Can anyone tell me what a trade discount is? I had introduced the concept of discount when we were doing final accounts, that there are two types of discount. One is a cash discount and the other is a trade discount. Anyone would try and explain?
Ma'am, basically, cash discount is when the buyer pays cash upfront and in either in advance or at the time of selling only, instead of buying it on loan or on credit. That's
Yes.
when the seller gives cash discount, and trade
Mhm.
discount is on the whole trade of the thing.
Okay, yes, Mayank, you also want to answer? Not audible. Okay, yes. So trade discount, yes, Pavan is correct here, and Arya, the cash discount is given on prompt payment of the sales by the buyer. So the seller would say, okay, if you pay the entire cash upfront, I will give you another 2% discount. So that would be a cash discount, while a trade discount is on the quantity sold. Okay, so if you are saying that if you purchase quantity above 10 kg, I will give you an additional discount of 5%. So that would be a trade discount. So in this question, you are given a trade discount of 5%, and trade discount will always be a percentage of the selling price. So the final selling price per unit will be 10 rupees minus 5% of rupees 10. So that would be that would be 10 minus 50 paisa, 9 rupees 50 paisa would be your final selling price per unit. First, see, is this clear? Trade discount is always a percentage of the selling price, and hence it comes to 50 paisa on every unit sold. So your final selling price will be 9.50. Now you can calculate the contribution per unit by first calculating the variable cost. Variable cost में आपको direct material, direct labor and your डायरेक्ट ओवरहेड्स जो होते हैं, it is variable overhead is 100% on direct labor, so which means we add another 2 rupees and we get the final variable cost as 7 rupees per unit. अब आपका contribution per unit आ जाएगा 2.50, and now you can easily calculate break even point in rupees and in quantity. See how much is it coming to? Break even point in quantity terms. Fixed cost upon contribution per unit. So yes, it is coming to 4,000 units. You are having already the selling price given to you. So in rupees, it will be 4,000 into 9.5. So that will come to 38,000 rupees as break-even point in value terms. So when the sales is 4,000 units or an amount of rupees 38,000, the firm is able to break even. Okay. So this is how you need to solve the question if you are given the trade discount. Now trade discount is adjusted from the final selling price, but cash discount is not. Yes, Pranat?
मैम जो वेरिएबल कॉस्ट निकाली है 4 नहीं होनी चाहिए.
कितनी होनी चाहिए?
4.
4 क्यों होनी चाहिए बेटा?
मैम 100% ऑफ डायरेक्ट लेबर तो लेबर का ही डबल अमाउंट लेंगे ना.
हाँ, तो फिर बेटा वेरिएबल कॉस्ट में जो आपका डायरेक्ट मटेरियल, डायरेक्ट लेबर और जो आपके डायरेक्ट ओवरहेड्स होते हैं, तीनों आते हैं ना.
पर मैम यहाँ पर जो स्टेटमेंट है मतलब दिया हुआ है पर्टिकुलर में यही कहा है ना कि खाली लेबर लेना है. मैं 100% ऑफ डायरेक्ट लेबर मेंशन है इसलिए पूछ रहा था.
हाँ, ओवरहेड्स आर 100% ऑन डायरेक्ट लेबर. उसमें आप मटेरियल कॉस्ट भी तो ऐड करोगे, वो भी तो वेरिएबल कॉस्ट का पार्ट है.
ओके मैम.
Okay. There is another question which has come in your 10 years. Yes, this question. This is from 2016. You are given the data for 2 years. This 400 is extra. Okay, and you need to calculate the values given. Now, when you are given the data for 2 years, then your PV ratio is change in profit upon change in sales into 100. Rest everything remains the same. All the formulas are the same. Start solving this question. This came for 10 marks in 2016 main exam. So last question for the day. Everyone please solve. Take 2-3 minutes and then we'll discuss it. So step 1 would be calculation of PV ratio. How much is it coming to? Change in profit would be 1178.75 minus 825. Yes, 25.7%. 7 absolute 7 आ रहा है कि उसके बाद भी है वैल्यू. Are there more decimal places? Yes, सिमरन कितना?
उसके बाद भी है.
हाँ बेटा, उसके बाद भी बताओ. एटलीस्ट 2 decimal places लो. Yes, 25.73 is the correct answer. So 25.73% would be your PV ratio. Now start solving the amount of fixed cost incurred by the firm. Attempt this part. So post calculation of PV ratio, next thing you need is the contribution fixed cost. चाहे आप previous year के data से calculate करो चाहे current year के, the value you will get, the answer you will get would be the same. What I need is the amount of contribution which I can calculate from the PV ratio. 25.73% of sales is the contribution earned. तो आप किसी भी ईयर की सेल्स ले लो. लेट्स टेक फॉर प्रीवियस ईयर. So your contribution for previous year will be 25.73% of 3750, which will come, yes, 964.8 lakhs. बस अब आप फिक्स कॉस्ट कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो. प्रॉफिट की वैल्यू आपको दी हुई है. तो फिक्स कॉस्ट विल बी 964.8 minus 825, which will come to 139.8 lakhs. एट सेवन आ रहा है तो प्लीज राइट इट टू 2 decimal places. 3 also you can take up to 3 is actually the best practice which we follow. Take up to 3 decimal places, round off वहां तक कर सकते हो आप. So this gives you the answer. Now move to the next part, break even point. अब आपके पास fixed cost भी है, आपके पास PV ratio भी है. You can calculate the break even point in units. First in rupees you can calculate. So your break even point, okay Vansh, your break even point will be 139.87 divided by 25.73%. कितना आएगा break even point rupees में? Third part, break even point in rupees. would be 139.87 divided by 25.73. Yes, good. The answer would be 543.62 lakhs. 543.62 lakhs. अब आपसे यूनिट में भी पूछा गया है, आपके पास कंट्रीब्यूशन पर यूनिट आपने अभी कैलकुलेट नहीं करा हुआ, या तो आप कंट्रीब्यूशन पर यूनिट कैलकुलेट कर लो या डायरेक्टली इस अमाउंट को नंबर ऑफ जो आपका सेलिंग प्राइस पर यूनिट है उससे डिवाइड कर लो, तो आपके पास अमाउंट इन यूनिट्स आ जाएगा कि कितना आपका ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट होना चाहिए. So I'm writing both the options. You can check whether you're getting the same answer. One is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit, which you can calculate. Contribution per unit will be for the previous year will be 964.875 divided by 15,000. Or you can directly take the break-even point in rupees and divide it by the selling price per unit. The amount you will get, the quantity you get is 21745 units. Please check. Are you getting this answer, everyone? This value was in lakhs. Prefer using this formula. Break-even point divided by the selling price per unit would give you the break-even point in units. After that, the next part would be amount of sales required to earn a profit of 25 CR. Sales for desired profit is fixed cost plus DP divided by the PV ratio. I am writing the formula. Please complete the remaining parts. Your fourth part says, what is the sales to earn a desired profit of 25 CR? That would be fixed cost plus the desired profit divided by PV ratio. And last part of the question is asking you margin of safety. If actual sales are 17.5 CR, margin of safety is actual sales minus break even sales. तो आपके पास actual sales भी है, आपने break even sales भी calculate कर ली, you will get the answer.